All right, hi all. We're going to get into Chapter 4, Section 1. And the first topic in Chapter 4, Section 1 is the coordinate plane and plotting ordered pairs. So first of all, when we talk about the coordinate plane, we're talking about the x and y axis. I'm sure at some point you guys have all seen this before. And the axes create four distinct areas, and they're called quadrants. So this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Okay, they go in a counterclockwise direction. Now, what's important about the fact that we can break this up into quadrants is we can tell which quadrant a point lies based on the signs of the x and the y coordinates. So in the first quadrant, your x is positive, your y is positive. In the second quadrant, your x is negative, but your y is positive. In the third quadrant, both are negative, and in the fourth quadrant, your x is positive, but your y is negative. Okay? Now, plotting points means that we have a point. It's usually titled A or B or C, and that's just an arbitrary letter naming the point. And then your first number is what we call the x-coordinate. Your second number is what we call the y-coordinate. Now, when you go about plotting points, you always begin at the origin. So this point right here, where the axes intersect, is called the origin. And the coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. Okay? Now, you always go left or right first, and then you go up or down. To the right, your x's are positive. To the left, they're negative. Up, in terms of the y, is positive. Down is negative. So, for example, if we wanted to plot the points to 1. First of all, if both of your coordinates are positive, quadrant 1, both of the coordinates are positive. So you start at the origin and you do your x-coordinate first, so you go over 2, and then up 1. If this were point A, we would label it point A. If we wanted to label another point, maybe it's -2, -3. First of all, notice that both of your coordinates are negative, so that's quadrant 3 where both of your coordinates are negative. What we're going to do is we're going to again start at the origin, except we're going to go left 2 and then down 3. You place your point, that is point B. So that's how we plot coordinate points on a coordinate plane. Now, when we want to find ordered pairs that satisfy a given equation, we're looking for points that make the equation true. And I think at some point we've talked about plugging in numbers that make equations true, but let's just take a second and refresh. For example, find the ordered pair that makes this equation true. If we're told that x equals -3, and we want to find some value for y, that makes 2x plus 3y equal to 6. The idea is all they're asking you to do is substitute the value that they give you for x and then solve for y. So we would say, okay, 2 times -3 plus 3y equals 6. -6 plus 3y equals 6. Add 6 to both sides. 3y equals 12. Divide both sides by 3. Y equals 4. So the ordered pair where x is -3 that makes this equation true would be -3 as your x-coordinate and 4 as your y coordinate. There are a number of other examples of like kind on page 190, so check that out. Page 190. My apologies, I'm going to have to do this in several segments in order to post these to YouTube. I have to keep the times short, so I'm going to start the next topic in the next segment.